Hey folks, it's time for yet another custom lesson. This one has been requested by Pyner. Hey man, would be awesome if you could do one with the paralysis setup and the following. So we've got Tonfa and Fists. Soul cores will be Aberrant Soldier, Namahage, Nure-onna, Kiryoki, Ubume, and the Karakasa umbrella. Spirits will be Itokuri, and then the secondary guardian spirit you'll see soon enough. And then the enemy that I fight later is a purple version of Otakemaru. This is actually the regular one this time because I just wanted a new scroll. And yeah, I guess let's just get to it right away. Here you can see my weapon, Tsuchigumo Clawed Fist, just the standard corruption, life drain, active skill stuff that I like. And then here's my Demon Horde Tonfa with the Anima bonus on grapple, which is always really nice. It's corrupted, has Tonfa gun, life drain, active skill, and that's pretty much it. Cool. Let's get onto the soul cores and see where they're allocated. So first, there's Itokuri, which if you don't remember, has paralysis accumulation on enemy, which is greater, and then imbue paralysis, which is great. So there's going to be a lot of synergy in terms of being able to paralyze your targets more often. So given that I was already told what 6 soul cores to use, I decided to put the paralyzing soul cores on Itokuri. The reason being, in the event, well, what's the right way for me to say it? Enemies get resistant to paralysis over time. This makes it that much more difficult when I have this accumulation there. I would strongly advise you stack as much paralysis accumulation as humanly possible to make these things even more potent. So Nure-onna, of course, pure paralysis. And yeah, I didn't bother really boosting this one up. The poison resistance, the melee damage versus unscathed enemy weren't too appealing to me, so I didn't bother. Karakasa Umbrella, definitely get this up to rank 30. Tongue-tied. Paralysis accumulation is great, so boost it up as high as you can. Other than that, I only cared about the yokai ability Key Pulse. And last but not least, we have Kiryoki. Feel free to get a Kiryoki of your choice. I just found one that seemed okay, and yeah, cool. Kiryoki works really well with Itokuri, in case you didn't know, and is one of the few choices that I would recommend to put on here. I think the other ones are like the Owl Soul Core, Magatsu Warrior, and even Gaki are reasonable. But yeah, stack as much paralysis accumulation as you can. It makes it so much easier to get paralysis off in the first place. And then next we have Makami, who is the secondary guardian spirit I decided to go with. So the reason for this was simple. The attunement limit is overall something I'm not going to work with. Like it's not that high. I don't need it to be that high. Wow, it took me a lot to say that. But if you look back at Itokuri, I've only used 13 out of 22. And then Makami is 15 out of 20. So I'm like, well, might as well just use a guardian spirit that doesn't really care for it. So I put Ubume, Aberrant, and Namahage here. I did test to see if Ubume and Namahage had a reasonable amount of paralysis accumulation, but even in the dojo, it's nothing too remarkable. And in actual practice, it's basically negligible. So one of the more important soul cores is going to be Namahage for the melee damage versus zero key enemy, and that is very valuable. So I would recommend you actually boost this up as high as you can because, yeah, more damage. It's not strictly necessary, but it helps. And then I happen to have Anima Charge, Umrit the Gauge, which is always really spicy, so definitely mess with that. Ubume I didn't bother ranking up whatsoever. I just found one with a decent Anima bonus. Anima bonus on grapple is always good, so that's pretty much that. But if you're attached to strong attack key damage, which if you're using fists is pretty nice, then go for it. Aberrant Soldier is probably, I think, the only other soul core that I would boost to rank 30 simply because getting these up really high helps. Efficient yokai abilities is nice with cores like Namahage, and Anima bonus on Timely Guard, getting that up to 2.6. Ooh, I'm about to burp, is special. Excuse me. Okay, but enough about that. Let's just showcase some things you can do. So this setup kind of relies more upon paralysis, as I've hinted, but you really need to know your weapons for this. But before we get to the weapon-based play, and man, I always forget. Always forget. Nope, not there. There. Let's do controller stuff and just show you what's possible. Let's go from here and... yay, paralysis. Come on. Let's get you out of key. I gotta show you yokai shift. I mean, I guess I can keep paralyzing you. Okay, anyway, come on. Yokai shift time. Here we go. Step back. Do that. Oh, super sweet. Nah, I didn't really get to showcase much. Let's go. Let's go. What you got? You ain't got squat, dude. Hey, how's it going? It's nice when paralysis works, but don't rely upon it. That's gonna be my honest advice here. Show you what's possible with Makami. Okay, this dude's so dead. Okay, try it again. What's good? How's it going? Oh, devastating. How's it going, bro? It's not. That's how it's going. Ubume I would use towards the end of Yokai Shift or when you know you're going to be safe. Ubume is probably the weirdest of the bunch, but it can do a surprising amount of key damage. It's honestly not as bad as you might think. The long animation can be problematic, but when you can pull it off, it is exquisite. How about no, dude? Show you maybe like one or two other things I can think of, and then we'll go on to weapon-based play. Because in all honesty, the Soul Core combination isn't like super powerful. But yeah, still pretty fun. And I might as well switch back. Close enough. You get the idea. Pretty fun. But let's showcase some weapon stuff, because that's where this stuff is really going to shine. And the paralysis is a great added factor. As you're about to see. How's it going, dude? How's it going, dude? You won't be able to realistically pull this off too often, but it's nice when it works. Just being able to chain paralysis over and over and over again. Karakasa umbrella is a little strange. It's a little strange because you gotta either be really close to your target or have just like a ton of accumulation. Again, that's why I strongly advise you boost up the paralysis accumulation on this setup. Because it does make a big difference. The more you have, the better. And then, of course, go ahead and stack whatever melee damage versus paralyzed enemies that you can. But let's showcase the other Soul Cores just on their own. So a good zero key combo thing, or just getting to the zero key is Namahage. You'll probably play in Brute more often than you may realize. What you got? What you got, dude? And I was actually very surprised. In the scroll, I used Ubume quite a lot against Otakemaru. There's many moments in which it works quite well. But alright, let's just do some weapon-based stuff. Again, the paralysis is going to kind of be inflated in the dojo, simply because the enemies just like are not resistant to it whatsoever. So take the paralysis stuff with a grain of salt. It can work, but it requires some very specific things to occur. Alright, what we got? Oh, well, okay. Oh, god dang it, that's freaking tree. Get back here, dude. No, over here. Over here. What you got, bro? That's what you got. Whee! Very nice. Oh. Okay. Okay. Trying to think of some cool things we can do. Yo, where are you at? Where are you going? And what? Set it up. Good job, Umbrella. You tried. I guess that's kind of cool. I was gonna do. Here's what I was thinking: Reckless Charge, Dread Slayer, without the flash attack. Here, I'll just show you. I'll try to show you. Okay. Let's go. Come on. What you got, boy? Close, but not what I wanted. Let's do some fun position games. Not what I had in mind. See, you go around one way, then you go around the other way. Isn't this big brain? That's not okay. We're gonna try again. Oh, come on! Really? Whatever. Get out of here, boy. All right, come on. You gotta admit it's pretty cool. Cool. Just go around them in a circle. What's not to love? Come on, what you got? It's hard for me to do. What else can I do? Oh, you want to see something fun? Besides killing this guy? Okay, I got it. Okay, you're gonna be really, really happy. I think. I don't know if you're gonna be happy with that at all. Let's have some fun, though. That's the whole darn point. Get over here. Okay, we're gonna deplete your ki. Okay, let's see. Does this work? The answer is... sort of? Okay, I know what will work, though. Yeah! Azuna cancels. Don't you love it? Cool. There you go. And Azuna cancel, because why not? You can use Aberrant Soldier for that. What? That was awkward. Aw, I screwed that up. No, bad time to use Namahage, dude. Okay, one more bout, and then I think I'm good. One more bout. Let's see what I can come up with. Let's try it again. Oh, here's something else you can do. I don't actually do this in the upcoming video, but here's something you could do. I mean, if you want, you could do this. Hey. Did I say it was okay? Close enough. That's actually something I would recommend. Is definitely Beyond Infinity is great, but this is actually a great setup to involve using Limitless. I'm a big fan of Beyond Infinity because it's so spicy. But yeah, definitely mess with Limitless as you're working with the paralysis setup because it's basically a freebie on many, many enemies. All right, last time to kill some opponents. Let's go. What you got? I don't think you got anything, do you? See ya, don't want to be ya. But yeah, definitely play around with it. There's a lot you can do, but I'll just showcase what I was able to come up with, even when paralysis doesn't work that well. I'll see you guys soon enough. It's time to put this to the test. Now, one thing I gotta make you wary of is that paralysis is not gonna work that well in this setup, so I find that this is gonna be quite instructive in how to deal with situations in which paralysis is not really an option. So for example, these skeleton warriors are not going to get paralyzed like at all. You can see the accumulation is very weak because they are, as a matter of fact, resistant. So I have to use my other tools, which are predominantly going to be a lot of weapon-based pressure plays alongside some of the stuff that's on my brute spirit. And of course, I'm dealing with a red Kappa, and they paralyze me a lot, so again, I gotta know what I'm doing. Fortunately, it's not too bad when I'm at close range, but you gotta get comfortable. I cannot stress how important that's going to be, getting comfortable with fists and tonfas together, knowing how to keep the pressure going, and of course maintaining your own personal mental energy reserves, because it can be very taxing. Of course though, we've got quite a lot of soul cores which can facilitate this process. Now, Snowclops is the first enemy that can get paralyzed, but I haven't decided to commit to it yet. I'm just showing you some pressure routines that you can use to assist in the good old ass kickery, right? And now I want to show a couple of things you can do. There you go, first time I used Nure-onna and inflict paralysis, which may not have been the best use. My advice for using things like Nure-onna, or any of the paralysis stuff in general, is to really try to loop some grapples. That's when it can be remarkably powerful. See, like here, he's out of key, and then I did paralysis on him, and then I looped him again, and then there you go, see? Like, there's just nothing you can do, he's just constantly going down, which can be great. So that's my best way to recommend using paralysis. I actually wish in this setup I had used Limitless instead of Beyond Infinity. It's one of the few times I'd recommend going for that over Beyond Infinity, because I know Beyond Infinity is really spicy, but yeah, being able to get nearly free Limitless off is absolutely exquisite. Now, when it comes to paralysis in general, Otakemaru is no exception about being resistant, so you'll see how I tackle chain paralysis on him, and I do, as a matter of fact, get away with it, and you'll see, and I'll tell you what I could have done better to really take advantage of it. But for now, a lot of my play is going to revolve around Ubume, believe it or not. Simply being that Otakemaru actually commits to a lot of animations, and you'd be surprised, and if you can know what those points are, like for example this one, look, pretty safe Ubume, and almost all of his keys gone. Oh, it is. So guess what time it is? Yokai shift time. So yeah, purple Otakemaru is quite tanky. I don't think I have easy access to confusion, but I do have access to a good amount of key damage, and Ubume really helps. Now right now I'm waiting for a Fang break, and here I go, boom boom, very nice. Namahage does a little bit of work there. I gotta run around to avoid that ice attack, and then look, I go for Ubume, because look how much time I have. And then now let's transition into Feral. Very sweet. So again, paralysis is going to be very difficult to come by, and I showcase this, look, very resistant to Nure-onna, which is really unfortunate. So you may be wondering, when do I pull off the chain paralysis? Because I promise you I do. But for the time being, I'm just trying to pull off some yokai shift plays, trying to extend stuff as much as I can. And yeah, I mean, Nure-onna just did key damage, which is kind of weird at 4 anima. Could have used Ubume instead, right? But again, I promise you, you're going to see that chain paralysis, and when it works like stupidly well. But yeah, it's still hard to pull off nonetheless. So at the very least, you have ideas of what to do when it doesn't work. And alright, Samyo Storm, yay yay, what you got, dude? Alright, let's go. And Aberrant Soldier, yay. Ubume, look at that, look how often I can throw Ubume out. And then, okay, I think now is when I start doing the chain paralysis. I believe now is the case. Do I do it now? No? Okay. Well, my bad. Well, then I'll just use Ubume. Yay! Who would have thought screaming at your opponents could have been such a great tactic? That's what I should do at people. That's what we should do against people at grocery stores. Karens at the grocery stores. Just scream at their face like an Ubume. Or we can paralyze them with Umbrella. So Umbrella actually was very surprising, in which I was able to get away with it using its lovely powerful needles. Just like throw a bunch of them, and if you're at close range, you can really chain paralysis. I wish I had used Limitless here instead of Focus Strike on the Tonfa, because I would have gotten so much more damage out of it. It would have been so good. So yeah, definitely an option, and there's definitely an opportunity, rather, to min-max. I mean, look how many times I've done this. Imagine if I had just done, like, Limitless, just back-to-back on him, just as long as I could. And you'll see that resistance, yeah, there you go. Now the resistance really is coming into play. So paralysis isn't an option, but I could have handled that better. Still, Otakemaru really, by and large, hasn't been too much of a huge threat. Been able to last for quite a while. His ki isn't really a concern. Fortunately, with things like Namahage, which do a good amount of key damage against zero key targets, and Ubume, which I've been using quite religiously. And yeah, this is a surprising setup. It doesn't use necessarily the most powerful soul cores, but again, when you use them right, they can feel so effective, and it's so good. Alright, let's go back in. And then let's see what I got. Did I go for Beyond Infinity? Oh, am I going to succeed? Look at all that damage. Imagine if Limitless had done it. Oh, I'm going to scream because I'm upset that it didn't work. Alright, what do we got? Very nice. Ooh, I have enough to go into Yokai Shift once again. Excellent, excellent. So yeah, pretty cool. This is pretty much just going to play out where I do a lot of pressure and a lot of power, even with these soul cores that don't seem to work too well together, and you are going to be really dependent upon your weapons, but still, it works well enough, and that's ultimately what we need to know. It works on a purple Otakemaru and a Scroll of the Damned, so hey, it should work pretty much anywhere else, and it can only get better if you stack enough paralysis accumulation, and even if you don't, these are the results that are available to you just with the gear and setup that I have. In any case, let's just watch Otakemaru die to the feral form of the Yokai Shift. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful and entertaining. And I will, of course, see you guys. What you doing? What are you doing? Backflip? Yeah, I get it. Anything else? You're just gonna bow? You're gonna roar? Oh no, you're gonna say thumbs up. Thank you. Ah, there we go. I'll see you guys next time.